Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Pam. We're covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it.
Squatch it.
At 4 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com, and remember, the party starts at Ruper's. Also by DeBloy Electric, building lasting relationships since 1967. From homes to businesses, their licensed, fully trained technicians handle it all. Repairs, upgrades, standby generators, EV chargers, heat pumps, and more. No job is too big and no job is too small. Learn more at deployelectric.com.
And today we are talking Kora Shrine's Outdoor Expo. That is happening April 11th and the 12th at the Kora Shrine Temple at 11 Sabata Street in Lewiston. And we are joined in studio by event chair Pat Penley. How you doing, Pat?
Good morning. Doing great. Thank you, Mark.
Excellent. And I see you took full advantage of our new 10 a.m. start time.
Absolutely.
Was 7 a.m. not working for you?
No, not this week. Not at all.
Gotcha. All right. We are also joined by vendor liaison Brian Doyon. How you doing, Brian?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Excellent. We're happy to have you guys here, and we are going to talk all about the Outdoor Expo coming up here in just a bit. But before we get there, let's take a look at some headlines for Thursday, April 2nd.
Central Maine Healthcare announced Alan Stefanek as its new CEO. CMH was recently acquired by Prime Healthcare Foundation. Stefanek officially took over the role on March 31st. He replaces Steve Littleson, whose last day at CMH was February 17th, the day after it was acquired. Stefanek is working to implement a new electronic medical record system and to reestablish Central Maine Medical Center's trauma certification.
The City of Lewiston is encouraging residents to complete an online survey to shape how federal funding is used in the community. Questions include investments in housing, neighborhoods, and economic opportunities. For more information and to take the survey, visit lewistonmaine.gov.
Northeast Bank recently donated $10,000 to Good Shepherd Food Bank. The donation will help support food access initiatives across the state. Good Shepherd works with a statewide network of partner agencies to distribute food and resources to individuals and families experiencing food insecurity.
And the YMCA of Auburn-Lewiston announced it will be closed on April 5th for Easter Sunday. Members with full-time fitness access will still be able to scan in their designated locations over the holiday. You can learn more at alymca.org. Now it's time for the weather.
Rain or shine, it's all okay. Grab your uke and start the day. You don't need perfect skies above. Hey, just a song and a little love.
Cloudy today with a high of 45 and a low of 31. Cloudy tomorrow with scattered showers throughout the day. High of 56 and a low of 34. Mostly cloudy on Saturday with a high of 56 and a low of 38.
In sports, well, the Red Sox, they still stink. They lost to the Houston Astros 6-4. The Sox have lost 5 in a row and will host the San Diego Padres in their home opener tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Jaylen Brown scored a game-high 43 points, and Jason Tatum added a triple-double with 25 points, 18 rebounds, and 11 assists as the Celtics beat the Heat 147-129. Boston will visit the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow night, and hopefully someone will bring some defense. That's a high-scoring game right there.
Yeah. The Bruins have won 6 of their last 7 games. They'll visit the Florida Panthers tonight at 7.
The Lewiston Maniacs lost to the Woodstock Slammers 2-1 in Game 2 of their best-of-5 playoff series. Now they're tied at 1 game apiece. Game 3 is tonight at 8 p.m. in New Brunswick. There will be a watch party at the Colisee. Check out the Maniacs Facebook page for the details.
And Brian, you have intimate knowledge of this series and the watch party, don't you?
I do. I call all the home games at the Colisee, so it's actually nice because they had Game 1 Sunday. Game 2 was last night. Game 3 is still in Woodstock, so that ensures that there's going to be another Game 4 Saturday at 7 at the Colisee, so it'll be nice.
Cool. And that barn's going to be rocking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Looking forward to it.
When people bring the noisemakers, that's when it's really awesome. We have one fan in particular who's got a portable train horn, which makes it awesome.
Don't sit next to him.
That's right.
Well, we get into duels because I'm actually the one who controls the big freight train horn for when they score the goals.
Yeah.
So we'll go back and forth. Like, I don't know why anybody gave me that responsibility as well, but we have our battles.
Do they still work for the organization?
No, they
Oh,
don't.
okay.
It's just a fan brought it in. It's like a DeWalt handheld drill that he has with train horn mount.
No, I mean the person who gave you the responsibility of.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
All right, just checking. And the Maine Nordiques close out their regular season on the road against the Northeast Generals tomorrow and Saturday in Massachusetts. That is your news, weather, and sports. And right now it's time for the podcast segment that is sweeping the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
It's a lean FPB today.
Yeah,
We are-
April is starting off slow.
We're scraping the bottom of the barrel. This one's not too bad. We have Jesse Plemons, who is 38 years old today. You know him from Friday Night Lights. He played Landry Clark from 2006 to 2011. Then he went on to star as Todd Alquist in the 5th and final season of Breaking Bad. And he also starred in the film El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie.
All right.
Yeah, creepy dude.
I cannot picture him.
He's also in TV's Fargo. Are you guys Breaking Bad fans?
I actually watched Breaking Bad and Friday Night Lights, and yeah, I know I can picture
So
it.
you're familiar
Yeah,
with
Breaking Bad's a great series.
Absolutely. I just got my wife to start watching it.
Singer Karen Woodward of Bananarama is 65 years old today. You know their big hits, Venus, Cruel Summer, and what's the other one? Oh, that's it.
They were two-hit wonders.
Hit wonders.
I had.
No, they've had other hits too.
They
but
tried.
I'm not sure what they were.
Best thing going for them was their name.
Hey, they have more hits than we do.
It's true.
All I can picture when you say Venus is that American wedding movie where they have the dance-off in the nightclub. Kills me every time.
And rounding out FPBs is drummer Dave Robinson of the Cars. He is 77 years old today, one of the best bands to come out of Boston. He's also a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Cars. So there you go. Short and sweet. Those are your FPBs for April the 2nd. Now it's time for some OTDs. It happened on this day. It happened on this day. It happened on this day.
Let's start off with just 3 years ago in 2023, Louisiana State won their first NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. Angel Reese and the LSU Tigers defeated Caitlin Clark's Iowa Hawkeyes 102-85. The broadcast broke records for the highest viewership for a women's college basketball game. 34 years ago in 1992, mob boss John Gotti was convicted in New York for murder and racketeering. He was later sentenced to life in prison. 48 years ago in 1978, Dallas premiered. It ran for 14 seasons.
One of the original primetime soap operas, right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I think so, yeah.
Who shot JR?
J.R. Ewing.
Yes. J.R. Oof.
56 years ago in 1970, Patton was released, starring George C. Scott as badass World War II General George S. Patton. It went on to win 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Actor, and Best Director. And lastly, 513 years ago in 1513, Spanish explorer Ponce de Leon landed in Florida in search of the Fountain of Youth. It was during the Easter season, so he named the area Flowery Easter.
Oh, where is that Fountain of Youth?
Yeah.
Let's take a field trip.
All the old people live there now.
Yep.
They're still looking for it, probably.
Those are your FPBs and OTDs for April the 2nd. Don't miss the 6th annual Kora Shriners Outdoor Expo at the Kora Shrine Center in Lewiston. It all happens on Saturday, April 11th from 9 to 5 and Sunday, April 12th from 9 to 2. And best of all, admission is free. Check out over 100 incredible carvings from the Maine Woodcarvers Association and vote for your favorite. And don't miss the Bangs for Your Bucks auction on Saturday, a 21-plus event featuring over 25 amazing items, including vacation packages, spa experiences, and more. Get all the details at korashriners.org/events.
Hi, it's Donna Harris from Phoenix No Limits Karate here with your daily safety tip. Always be alert when walking in public. Do not walk and text. Let's all do our best to keep our community safe.
Dirigo Federal Credit Union is proud to call Lewiston Auburn home. Whether you're buying a house, saving for the future, or growing your business, we're here for you, right where you live. Visit dirigofcu.com and feel the difference of a credit union that truly knows LA.
And now we shift focus fully to our guests in studio, Kora Shriners, Pat Penley, and Brian Doyon. And we are here today to talk about the Outdoor Expo that is happening April 11th and 12th. And who wants to start telling us what the Outdoor Expo is all about?
The Outdoor Expo, Mark, is an opportunity for us to promote the outdoor activities that are so familiar in Maine, like hunting and fishing and camping and skiing and all those things. So we're going to have a great weekend with activities for the entire family that weekend.
This is the 6th annual.
Sixth annual, yes.
Was this your idea?
This was not my idea, but I was one of the first on board, and just really trying to get the youth of our area back into the outdoors and get them off of these screens that they tend to be on so much today.
And you have a lot of fun stuff for the young folks.
New this year to the expo, we have the Maine Woodcarvers Association.
Ooh.
And the Maine Woodcarvers are going to have their spring show at the Kora Shrine. And they're going to have demonstrations throughout the day. They'll have opportunities for both adult and youth to practice and learn more about wood carving. And they're also going to have over 100 items on display that can be voted on for the best of the show. So it's going to be quite a big event for us.
Is this like chisel wood carving, or are we going to give the kids chainsaws?
This is chisel wood carving. So, yeah, no chainsaws. In fact,
That was my first question.
in fact, the youth are going to be carving. They're going to be carving soap.
Okay.
So they'll be carving into soap, and then adults will be carving into the traditional softwood.
Tell us about the Bangs for Your Bucks auction.
So the Bangs for Your Bucks auction is going to be, so the entire weekend, the expo is all ages and open to the public for free. It's indoors at the Kora Temple on Sabata Street, and that'll be 9 to 5 on Saturday, 9 to 2 on Sunday. And that's, like I said, free entry for all ages. The Bangs for Your Bucks event, in substitution, last year we did a comedy show on Saturday night. This will be more of like a raffle, silent auction, live auction event that we're putting on. That's paid entry for 21 plus. So what we're going to do is tickets are $35 a piece. You can get a table of 8 for $300. For every ticket that you purchase, you get an entry into a door prize that we're going to be giving away. And if you do the table of 8, everybody gets an extra entry into the event. Basically, we're going to be doing games. We're going to be doing free beer and wine. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres and accoutrements, if you will, to eat. And then we'll have, like I said, live auction, silent auction packages, and all the money goes towards the Kora Shriners. Some of the packages that we have, we're going to be doing firearms. There's going to be a gun safe that we're going to be doing. One of the ones that I personally have taken pride in bringing in is the 2-season tickets to the Maniacs for next year. Pat's graciously donated a UMaine Hockey East Championship ring and a ticket to a game up in Orono.
Absolutely, 2 tickets.
2 tickets, that's
home
right.
game.
So there's a nice hockey package. There's going to be raffles going on for the regular expo during the day, but that fundraiser at night is going to be the big one. Is obviously we have travel packages that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit more about that. We have vacation travel packages. We're going to feature an opportunity to bid on and win a trip to either Ireland, Portugal, the Greek Isles, or my favorite is an African safari. So that's going to be a big item that evening.
So it's, like I said, it's going to be just an opportunity for everybody to come in, have some drinks, have some food, play some games. We're going to do are we doing the wine one? Is the wine?
Yeah, we're going to have games where, because we want to focus, not only on the firearms and the men, but we want the spouses and girlfriends, as long as they both don't come at the same time. You pick one, either the spouse or the girlfriend. But we'll have.
Are you speaking from experience, Pat?
Yeah, that's been my downfall. But no, we'll have some spa packages that we're
some purses.
High-end purses, Dooney and Burke and Kate Spade. So we have a lot of items for both folks of the relationship. So
Yeah.
So the Bangs for Your Bucks is a 21-plus event, so keep that in mind, folks.
We had somebody recently that was interested in going, and they were like, "Oh, it's Grandpa's birthday. Let's get the whole table, and then hey, can we bring a cake? Yeah, bring a cake. We don't care."
and you can eat it too.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
So yeah, it's an opportunity to spend a Saturday night and just have some fun, and we're gonna have music and food, and like I said, free beer and wine, and then just. All the money goes towards the Kora Temple, which helps us do what we do for
throughout the year.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so this Bang for Your Bucks is just a portion of the Outdoor Expo.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Correct. It is a separated, ticketed event.
Super cool. I might buy myself some tickets. I want to go on an African safari or Ireland or anywhere.
So the deal is, I have to
Poland
say,
Spring.
I mean,
Fountain of Youth.
The Fountain of Youth.
that would be awesome. But no, sitting in all of these expo meetings, like when the travel packages first got brought up, it's like, oh wow, we're able to pull off these trips for the raffle event, and the African safari's been getting a lot of attention, a lot of response, and everything. I told my wife Ireland, and she's like, we could do that. And I'm like, we're going to have to compete for it. She's like, I'm all for it. All right.
Do you guys want to talk about some of the vendors that are going to be there throughout the weekend?
It's going to be all outdoor themed. So like last year we had some food, we had some furs, and we had Scentsy and stuff like that. This year we went through a vendor organizer, if you will, that kind of worked with me to kind of get everything going. It's going to be a lot of outdoor theme stuff. We're going to have a jerky salesperson. There's going to be wood carving or metal cutting so they can do signs. There's going to be a T-shirt design place you can do screen printing and stuff like that. So there's going to be a bunch of different vendors that are going to be all kind of outdoor themed at the event.
What about some of the demonstrations that are taking place or the seminars?
So I know we're going to be doing some foraging. We're trying to get a main guide to come in and do one of his presentations there. Not necessarily a presentation, but Pat had mentioned that we're going to be doing the Maine Woodcarvers Association on Saturday. Yep. We also have a sign up for Sunday. Every year we always do the Youth Hunter Safeties course. Yep. Mm-hmm. Down in the basement. So if people are interested in that, there's I think it's $35, something like that.
Yeah, they sign up online. They have an online portion that the students have to complete before they do the in-person for the hunter safety. So,
but then the hunter safety course itself is completely covered, and that's all down at the temple. And so we have that's usually a big turnout that sells out very quickly because we have a lot of avid hunters where their kids are becoming of age, and that fills up very quickly so that they can get certified and head out into the woods with Dad.
Tell us about how this event has grown over the past 6 years.
I can speak from the last couple of years because I came on, and last year it was very much like, hey, it started out as a sportsman's show, right, where it was primarily hunting and fishing, and it was very geared towards that type of demographic. And last year we kind of expanded it and said, hey, instead of being the sportsman's expo, we're going to change it. We're going to do all encompassing. We're going to do the outdoor expo, where we're going to look at things like cornhole and golf and skiing and things like that, where it's everything to get anybody and everybody outside.
Right.
And it was successful last year. We had a good turnout. And then this year we kind of looked at it and said, we want to encompass both. 2-3 years ago, it was more, like I said, Sportsman's Expo, hunting and fishing. Last year was more all-encompassing outdoors. This year we want to do all the outdoors, but let's get back to our roots a little bit and do a little bit more of the hunting and fishing, which is why we're doing a lot more of the firearm sales and things like that. Or not sales, raffles and drawings and things like that for those. Because there are it's a big demographic in the state, obviously, hunting and fishing, and we want to celebrate that because that's what makes Maine great.
Where can folks go online to learn more about this event?
So anybody can go online to the Kora website, korashriners.org/events/outdoor expo, and that'll have a link to both the expo itself, and it'll also include a link to the Bang for Your Bucks signups and where you can purchase tickets. You can also go on Facebook and the Kora Shrine Outdoor Expo Facebook page, where we are posting pretty much every day at this point, now that we're getting within the next couple of weeks, of the vendors that are going to be there, the sponsors that are helping us put on this event, the some of the raffle packages that are going to be there. So you can go, like I said, korashriners.org and go to the events page, or you can go to Facebook, the Kora Shriners Outdoor Expo page specifically.
And I think you guys mentioned at the beginning that this event benefits the work of the Kora Shriners. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. This event is to, help keep the doors open so we can continue to do the good work that we do throughout the year. We do have other events that are focused more on our philanthropy, but this is to help keep the doors open so we can be a viable resource to everyone here in this part of the country.
One of the things that we recently had a great success story, I participate with the Kora Highlanders bagpipe and drum line. So we were out doing our thing on St. Patrick's Day. We had one of our representatives there to kind of just talk to the crowd about some of the work that we've been able to do philanthropy-wise. And one of the things that the temple itself has taken on is providing a clinic at the temple itself once a month. And so being able to keep the doors open to be able to provide that clinic to the public is one of the things that, this money goes towards is, keep the lights on, keep the doors open. And the clinic is working. The success story that they were talking about at the event was they had a woman show up a pregnant woman show up, and she was screened. And because of our clinic at the temple, she was able to get a plan in place, get approved for Kora Shriner coverage, and her child who needed coverage will be covered until he's 18.
Wow.
So they already
They're
had
not even born yet.
They're not even born yet.
Right.
So that's something that, we provide that free clinic there at the temple. So this event kind of helps facilitate that, to have a place to do that.
And Mark, one thing I want to mention, this event would not be possible without the support of the community. We have several organizations that are helping us out, but I just want to at least shout out to a few local companies. Hebert Construction was a very top sponsor for us. We have Cabela's, who sponsored a lot of
Every
items.
year.
Yeah, they supply products rather than a monetary. Evergreen Subaru, Austin Associates, Ruper's. I know Ruper's is a strong supporter of Lydia's Lunch Bunch. Coastal Auto Parts. You might know them more as the Napa stores, but Coastal Auto Parts. So it's great to have the support of the local community to make this event a success.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk a little more about what the Kora does and what its mission is for some of our listeners that may not be familiar with what the Shriners are all about? So
The Kora Shriners, specifically what we support, is our two hospitals in Boston and Springfield. The Shriners hospitals are specifically geared towards providing medical coverage for children. The ones in Boston and Springfield are mostly, burn units, cleft lip repair, things like that, where people need assistance financially. What the Shriners as an organization, we do is we cover everything that insurance doesn't cover. So we ensure that a family in need doesn't have a hospital bill or any kind of debt from when they first start coverage until the patient reaches the age of 18. So what we were just talking about with that free clinic, being able to come in and get a screening and realizing that your unborn child needs medical coverage and you qualify, that mother will have medical coverage for her child until he or she reaches 18 and never have a hospital bill.
Such a huge peace of mind.
It is. And I mean,
these hospitals are, the top research hospitals.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of doctors come to our Boston Burns hospitals for education and research on how to better treat burn patients. So
Yeah.
we're talking the top-notch doctors.
What's absolutely amazing is, that's one of the reasons why I became a Shriner personally, is just you hear these horrifying situations that turn into unbelievable success stories. There was a child in China. She was rescued in China. She had a cleft lip, and her parents basically kept her locked up in her backyard and couldn't speak, couldn't communicate, cleft lip, whatever. She was rescued from that situation, brought to the States, went to a Shriners hospital, had her repairs. She now sings in her school's choir.
Oh, wow.
And it's just that tear-jerking, gut-wrenching reality of the type of work that the Shriners are able to do and just provide that kind of coverage for families so they never have to worry about it. And so, yes, we have philanthropy events that go directly towards those hospitals. We have so many other things that the temple does to help, with the community and, with these clinics. And it's just... we do everything that we can, and to Pat's point, when we have the support of the local community to do that, it makes our job so much easier.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that story.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Pat, what made you decide to become a Shriner?
Well, I really want to wear makeup and get dressed up on the weekends. So
He's a clown for all of you guys paying attention.
yeah, okay, yeah, I'm a clown.
So you had a couple options there. You went with a Shriner clown.
Right, I went with the Shriner clown.
He just
Don't kid
realized.
yourself. He was wearing makeup on the weekends long before.
Yeah.
Pat just realized it's a family show.
Oh, okay, darn it, I forgot about that. Family
Congratulations,
show? I
guys.
don't know. I've heard your broadcast before. I don't know.
You brought the two guys on your show. One wears makeup and one wears a skirt. So
Right. What do you want?
It's perfect.
All right, so I guess we'll take that as your answer.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you want a real answer. I'm sorry. I've had family and friends that were a part of the Kora Shriners in the past, and I saw the good work that they did, wanted to give back to my community. I'm a big proponent of volunteerism and giving back to your community, and I thought the Kora Shriners was a great organization. I just want to be part of it, so...
And to anybody listening, it's one of those situations where if you're ever interested in becoming a Shriner, one of the big misconceptions that a lot of people have is like, oh, it's the secret society. You can't talk about it. It's invite only. That is not the case. If you are ever interested in becoming a Shriner at all, obviously you have to be a Mason in order to be a Shriner, but we always encourage people to embark on that journey. It is unbelievably worth it. The local Masonic halls, you can go online and basically express interest. The website actually forwards that information to the local chapters. Somebody will reach out to you. And then becoming a Shriner is a blast. I went through my summer ceremonial, not this past summer, but the one before, to become a full-fledged Shriner. It's an absolute blast. We do our practices once a week, and you don't even have to be part of a unit. That's the other thing too, is when you become a Shriner, you can choose to join a unit, which ranges everywhere from like the mini racers to the clowns to the Highlanders there's any number of them.
Yeah, so you could tailor it to what you would like to do.
Yeah, and if you don't join one of these units, you can join one of the committees. So, we have plenty of people who don't belong to a unit, but they want to help with like the Festival of Trees, or they want to help with the Outdoor Expo, or any number of the other events that we put on. So if you are looking for finding a little bit extra in your life, a purpose, or want to help out and do something like that, there's always a way to join and get more information on that.
All right.
Awesome.
And you get to wear a fez.
Exactly.
Just wear a fez, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Is there anything else about the Outdoor Expo or the Kora Shriners that either of you would like to share before we move on to our final segment?
Just that tickets are selling for the Bangs for Your Bucks program on Saturday night. We'd love to see a good crowd there, and just make sure you get your tickets before they're sold out.
There's going to be a lot of stuff going on that weekend, so pop in. There's, like I said, the vendors are going to be great. The Bangs for Your Bucks, it is 100% worth it to go. The stuff that we're going to be giving away that night is fantastic, and it's just going to be a good time. So get your tickets while they are still available.
I mean, I feel like we should say, too, even if you don't spend a lot of time outside, this would be a great avenue to kind of learn the things that you could do if you're
100%,
interested in, finding something outside that you'd like to try and do. And
Yep.
Perfect. So open to everyone. Go check, and it's free throughout the weekend to enter to get into.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. No cost to get in the Saturday and Sunday during the day, but
Right.
the Bangs
for Your Bucks is a ticketed item. Yeah,
Yep.
ticketed event. Yep.
Kora Shrine Outdoor Expo, April 11th and 12th at 11 Sabata Street in Lewiston. You can't miss it. It's a big, beautiful
Yes.
temple. You can learn more online at korashriners.org. You can also find them on Facebook.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the L.A. area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
Uncle Andy's Digest is turning 30, and you're invited to celebrate with us. Join us Friday, May 22nd from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn Auburn Riverwatch for a night of celebration. For 3 decades, Uncle Andy's Digest has been Central Maine's community-focused monthly advertising publication, connecting local businesses with loyal readers. Enjoy 90s music from Palo Entertainment, hors d'oeuvres, a cash bar, in recognition of our longest-running advertisers, and much more. Find all the details in the latest issue of Uncle Andy's and on Facebook. We can't wait to see you there.
All right, guys, it's time for our final segment of the show, which is called 3 Random Questions, where Pam and I are going to ask you questions that have nothing to do with the expo or the shrine.
Sure.
We were here last year to do this interview, and the second you said 3 random questions, Pat just kind of threw his head back.
Yeah.
Because last year, you got him pretty good.
Yeah.
Fire away.
I don't remember, but
What happened, Pat?
I don't remember either. I tried to block that out of my memory.
Rest memory.
All right. Brian, if you could attend any sporting event in history and have the best seats in the house, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. Can I do a 3-way tie? I want...
3-way tie.
All right.
Okay, Olympics, 1980 Olympics.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, that would be great.
Talking about the figure skating competition, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, there was a
thinking
movie
more of
made of that, too, right?
Gymnastics.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. The gymnastics, yeah.
Yeah.
So when people look at me, they think, yeah, that's pommel horse right there.
So obviously Miracle on Ice.
Yes. Miracle on Ice. I'd want to be at the Ali Liston fight in Lewiston. Yeah. Or the final out of the Red Sox in 04 in St. Louis.
I love all 3 of those.
Yeah.
Miracle on Ice, where are you sitting?
Right behind the U.S. bench. I want to see Herb Brooks' face.
Well, if you're sitting behind it, you wouldn't see his face.
Oh, no, he'll be jumping around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bang on the glass. Herb.
Pat, same question.
I'm going to piggyback off of him. I'm going to say the 1980 Miracle on Ice. Mm-hmm. I actually remember watching that, Brian, because I'm a little older than you are. But I would just want to be at center ice. I don't want to be down near the bench. So.
Up like 20 rows or something?
Yeah,
I'm
like
surprised at you, by the way. He is an avid season ticket holder of the Maine Black Bears.
Oh, I haven't got there yet.
Oh,
okay. Go to the next one.
Oh, okay. You get a tie, too. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. No, I'll take that. But, yeah, otherwise, now it'd be a UMaine, either the 93 or the 99 championship game.
Over
awesome.
UNH? Yeah.
Yeah, that
What
would be
sport?
awesome.
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
Oh, yeah.
If you could choose any celebrity to be your best friend, Pat, we'll start with you. Who would it be?
I think if I could choose any celebrity to be my best friend. Jeez, this is hard. I don't have any friends.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity for you to get one.
Exactly.
And not only a friend, a best friend.
A best friend. Wow.
You're tagging me in to answer?
Did Pat give up?
Yeah, I gave up because I can't remember his real name. All I can remember is Patch Adams.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
That's
Sorry.
a good one.
Robin Williams is who I'd like to be my best friend.
Okay.
I just think it'd be great. He's just a very funny person, and I would have loved to meet him in person.
Yeah. 100%.
I was going to go either Tom Hanks, because, just the amount of movies that, Tom Hanks or Mark Wahlberg, local Boston kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've heard of him.
Yeah.
Local Boston kid.
Up in starter, up and coming.
Yeah. He'll get there someday.
Yeah. Just waiting on that breakout role.
Once he escaped Donnie's shadow,
Yeah.
it's over. All right.
One of these days.
Brian, final question. We'll start with you. If you had a time machine and you could take one trip for one day and then you're back home, where would you go and why?
This is going to sound so awful. I'd want to go back to when Jesus was around and see if the hype was real.
If the hype was real.
Right.
Well, no, like if he's
yeah.
just doing like hand magic, like, oh my God.
Here we go.
Come back to
Tomorrow's
talking
Good
about the-
Friday.
I know. No, I'm
Yeah.
Roman Catholic
Class
too,
is
which is
out
the
on
best
Friday.
part.
Exactly.
No,
Rose from the dead.
Let me
Not
give you a better. I'll
impressed.
give you a better answer. My father passed away in 08, so I'd go back and spend a day with him
Okay.
and come back.
All right. Now, when you talk about the hype with Jesus, are you talking about like all the turning water into wine and all that stuff?
Go ahead.
You gonna call him out from the back of the crowd?
Come on, Jesus. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's go.
I saw Copperfield do that in Vegas.
There's no tigers. This is bull.
All right, Pat, time machine. Where you going?
Go back for one day.
Or forward. It's a time machine.
Oh.
I think I'd go back to something like, when the Statue of Liberty was erected in New York. I think there was a time in America where, very patriotic as a new country, and I'd love to see something, a historical event like that.
All right. Good stuff. We've never had that answer before.
Making me look bad, man.
No, we haven't.
I don't want to go to hell.
I want to go.
I don't want to go to hell, so.
I want to see if the hype around Jesus is good. Something America. For everybody paying attention, this will be my last year being invited to do this podcast. Because next year at the committee meeting, they're going to be like, who's ready to go? Brian's not allowed to go next year.
Why? Well, the whole Friday. Jesus thing.
Yeah. Did you really say that? Yes, I did.
That wasn't AI, Mark. That with AI.
All right.
Hey, it's good radio, all right?
Brian and Pat, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck with the Outdoor Expo next weekend.
Excellent. We hope to see you guys there. And like I said, get your tickets for the Bang for Your Bucks event at Facebook or on the Kora Shrine website.
All right. Who knows? You might see Jesus there.
Exactly. He'll be putting in for one of the gun raffles. Yeah.
Thanks to Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and DeBlois Electric for sponsoring today's episode. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day, and remember, don't bite your cat. And I will say I have bitten